Okay, this is the tree for today. Right there in the center of the picture, kind of to the right-hand side, you see a green tree standing there. Well, right behind it, there's a dead red fir. He's about 80 feet tall, and I'm going to try to fall him so he just comes on the side of that rock pile right there, right on this side of that rock pile. That's what I'm going to try. Then I can drag him down through this rock slide. It's about 90, 100 yards up to that tree. Anyway, that's the tree for today. See how it goes. Here's that tree. I just climbed up to it. It's about 80 feet tall, I'm guessing, but that's probably pretty close. It's a big old dead standing red fir. This tree died in the fire last year, so it's been sitting here about a year. Excellent firewood. In other words, it hasn't rotted or anything like that. So I'm going to cut that thing right there. And I want to fall it right between that boulder, that rock pile there, and this tree. I want it to go right in that slot right there. Now, it's leaning up the hill right here a little bit. So I'm going to have to kind of spin it when it falls. I've done that 3 or 4 times. I'm getting where I'm like 50-50. Anyway, I'm going to give it a shot here in a few minutes. Okay, I got the filling knot cut. I wish I'd have made it a little deeper, but it is what it is. And right there, cut in a horizontal cut. I'm going to go in 6-8 inches because my bar on my saw ain't long enough to get clear through the tree. So what I do, right or wrong, I cut in 6-8 inches like right there. Then I carry that line clear around. And then I start in the back of the tree and cut through, and the tip of the bar is in that cut. And it usually works pretty good. So we'll see how it goes from here. Here's the very top of that tree. These things, when they fall, these dead trees, they hit the ground so hard, it literally blows the limbs right off them. Those green limbs right there, that's not this tree. That came off of that guy. Right up there. See, I just cleaned that left-hand side of him. Yeah, I wanted to fall it on this side, but I missed by about 3 feet. Yeah, these things hit so hard, it literally blows the limbs right off. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'll start right here, and I'll clean this thing. I'll cut all these little snags off. They have to come off of there, so when you split and stack them in your woodshed, you're not fighting that. So I'll clean this guy all the way up. And then I'll come back, and I'll probably cut him in 3 different pieces, because I'm going to have to drag him clear down there, right down there to the bottom. That's about 70, 80 yards. I got to drag him down there. That way I can get to it with a truck and makes it easier to cut. So I'll cut this like in 3 or 4 pieces, depending on the weight. Hook a cable to it, drag him off. And worst comes to worst, I'll cut it up right here and just throw it off. But that takes forever. So I'm going to try to drag it off. But anyway, I'll spend the next 2 or 3 hours cleaning this guy. This is the last tree. I think I got enough firewood now to get through next winter. There's a lot of wood right here in this tree. I got this tree all clean, all the way up. But I think instead of trying to drag it off the hill, I'm just going to round it right here. That end up there, that butt end, I don't have enough cable to get to it anyway. So my plan is to start right here and cut some of this up. Then I'm going to go about midway up there, and I'm going to block this thing. I'm going to cut it in half. That's kind of tricky because it could move, it could do all kinds of stuff. And anyway, we'll go from there. Yeah, I got this thing just about rounded. I got it cut all the way up to right up there. There's about 20 feet left up there, but it's so big I can't move it. I need a bar, so do that tomorrow. Anyway, get this thing all finished cut and then pitch these guys down the hill. A lot of work. Anyway, I'm done for today. Took about 6 hours yesterday to get this pile of wood, 1 tree, down to where I can get to it with the truck. Brought it down this rock slide right here. From up there where those dead trees are standing, that's where the tree was. Brought it down, over, and down through this rock slide. They'll roll and flip-flop and do all that stuff. Anyway, it's about 6 hours, got it down. Well, there's about 2 loads here. Normally I don't spend this much time cutting firewood, but we're right in the middle of the fire season right now, and those dead standing trees like that are just like a bomb. You get a fire in here and them things will just explode. And my cabin is right back over here to the left, so ambers would start drifting, so it presents a real problem. So I like to get these trees down. If nothing else, just get them on the ground. So anyway, today is going to be moving all of this stuff up and into the woodshed. There, the truck is about loaded. That's about all I haul at one load. Now that basically is a half a cord. So it takes 15 loads like that to get to 10 cord. Or pardon me, 7.5, 8 cord. And that's what it takes to get through the winter. I got probably another load here, plus maybe 2 or 3 left on the ground. I don't know. I'm thinking about go ahead and taking the rest of those dead ones out of there this year in the next week or so, just to eliminate the fire hazard. A lot of hard work, but what the hell, good exercise, right? Anyway, what better way to spend a Saturday? Playing with this stuff. Here's where all wood ends up in the woodshed. I stack this full of rounds while I'm cutting it, you know, for a couple months there. Just keep piling this thing full. And when I get it about where it's at right now, I could probably use another tree looking at it. But once it gets like this, then I start to split it. And that all happens right there. Start splitting it and stacking it. I usually split about 3 or 4 cord to start here, going into winter. I'll split about half of this. That's what it boils down to. And then I'll just kind of split as I go through the winter. Good exercise, gives me something to do when it's all snowy and crappy in here. But this is where that tree ended up. Is there? In fact, there's some of it right there. Ended up right here. These are trees prior. All nice, dry, red fir, every bit of it. Good firewood. Here's where a lot of it ends up. This is split white fir this year that I've already split earlier. And then this is Rocky Mountain maple that I cut off the ranch here when I'm cleaning brush and stuff. I do this every year. And then this is just old scrap wood that makes kindling. Anyway, I usually get about 2 cords stacked right here on the deck before winter sets in. You know, there's days you go to town or you don't feel good or whatever, and you just grab some wood right here. And then in the spring next year, I'll burn all this off so the deck is clear. But anyway, this is where the wood ends up, and that's what happens when you cut a tree down and bring it in and do your thing.